I'm going to tell you something. Georgia is a 7 seed. Virginia is a 10 seed, and I'm looking at these two teams, and I'm looking at an upset. I am. I may be wrong. Seriously, I could be wrong. But I'm looking at an upset here. Virginia Cavs under Amaka Aguga-Hamilton. Uh, she did good at Missouri State. She made it to an NCAA Sweet 16. This year, Virginia is 20-11. I think they had a slightly worse season than they should have. Um, and Katie Abrahamson-Henderson, let me tell you something. She's not somebody to scoff at. Um, she did great things at Missouri State as well. Now, that's an interesting part of this. A few years before Aguga Hamilton, but she was still there when it was Southwest Missouri State, and they changed the name. While there, she made it to the NCAA first round a few times. Then went to Albany, made it to the second round, made it to NCAA first round every season. Made it was conference champions, postseason invitational champions to the WNIT with Missouri State, part of the Missouri Valley Conference, and went to the Albany Great Danes, and was in the NCAA's every year. Made it second round. Went to Central Florida with the American Athletic Conference, which, hey, shout out to my American Athletic Conference, but UCF's moved on since then. Made it to the WNIT her first 2 years. Had really good teams, though. Second round both years. Made it to the first round and second round with UCF. UCF, Central Florida. 26-4 the year she went to the second round. Had a 26-7 season another year. At Georgia, her first year she made it to the second round of the NCAA, but had two losing seasons. Now she's back. I'm looking at, okay, Georgia, hey, Kentucky knocked them out of the SEC tournament. They went 22-9. They didn't lose until they got into conference play. Virginia, on the other hand, lost to UMBC. I don't know what that was about. Lost to Nebraska, lost to Vandy, but they're actually a really solid team. Okay, yeah, they lost to Duke and Cal. They were on a 3-game losing streak, but they just beat Arizona State in the first four matchup. They their stats for this, they were shooting 32% field goal percentage, uh 17% 3-point percentage. Somehow pulled this off. 57-55. Got more rebounds. Got less defensive rebounds, but overall got more rebounds. Worse on This is a team that got worse, had worse stats, but had less turnovers, had more points off of turnovers. Points and paint's the same, had less fouls. This is going to be an interesting game. It really is. I'm looking at these two teams. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's going to be interesting, but we're going to take a look at this by the numbers, as I always do. Got to remember that, as I always do. Look at it by the numbers. Here we go. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball, and other sports on occasion. But that's what I do. College. Also, A. General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Virginia is the lower seeded team, so we're going to start with them. They score on average 75.3 points a game. They're 39th in the nation on that. They allow 64 points. 44.4 field goal percentage, 58th in that. 71% free throw percentage. 32% three-point shooting. 6.4 3-points made per game. 17.2 assists. They're 24th in the nation on that. They're a pretty solid team on that side. 38.4 defensive rebounds a game. 19th or 9th in that, pardon me. They are 9th in that. 13.6 turnovers, 6.7 blocked shots a game. They are first in the nation in blocked shots. Steal the ball 8.3 times a game. Now, Kamora Johnson, if you don't know who that is, you should. She leads in points, assists, and steals. She is a floor general who also happens to be, on both sides of the ball, good for this team. 36.4 minutes, 19 points, 4.3 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 2.2 steals, 0.3 blocks, 3.1 turnovers. That's way too high, but, what all she does, 42% field goal percentage shooting, 36.1 3-point percentage, and 85.3 free throw percentage. Tabitha Amonze, 22.6 minutes. She leads in rebounds and blocks. She's a forward. 9.9 points, 6.2 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 0.8 steals, 1.4 blocks, 1.9 turnovers, 48.7 field goal percentage. Doesn't shoot three-pointers, 72% free throw percentage. Paris Clark, 29.1 minutes. 9.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.7 steals, 0.6 blocks, 1.6 turnovers, 42.2 field goal percentage, 32.9 three-point percentage, and 67.6 free throw percentage. Romy Levy, 24.7 minutes, 7.9 points, 4 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.7 blocks, 1.5 turnovers, 49.5 field goal percentage with 34.2 3-point percentage and 84% free throw percentage. She's a straight up gunner, not being allowed to get some points in from the looks of it. I'm looking at this. Kamora Johnson and Tabitha Amonde, great duo, both sides of the ball. They've got some key players that are helping them. I'm not liking that Kamora Jones is turning over the ball 3.1 times a game. And her field goal percentage shooting could be a little bit better. But they've got some straight up gunners in here. They might want to work on their shooting a little bit in this game. Blocks, they're doing awesome. Steals, not bad. Assist, they're doing pretty good. Rebounding, pretty good. It's the scoring that they need to work on for this game. In all honesty, that is their biggest weakness right now. They need to have everybody scoring. They need to not focus on Kamora Johnson because Georgia's going to be focused in on her. That would be the key. Get the ball out to some of these other gunners because they do have some straight up gunners on this team. That would be, as a coach, that would be what I would consider because they're going to be Kamora Johnson is going to be looked at by this Georgia team hard. Now, the Lady Bulldogs. 73.6 points a game. They're 55th. They score less than Virginia does. They allow 61.5 points to be scored on them. So they're just a hair better defensively. 45% field goal percentage. 36th in the nation, just a hair better than Virginia on that. 72.4 free throw percentage. They're also just a hair better on that one. 33.4 3-point percentage. Just a hair better as well. 6.7 3 points made per game. Another just a hair better. 13.8 assists though. They don't work as well on as a team. 33.3 defensive rebounds. They don't rebound near as well. Um 13.6 turnovers per game, same on both sides, but 2.8 block shots. They're 209th in that category. They don't have the defense and 8 steals. Now, when you're looking at this team, you have to talk Danny Carnegie. 38.2 minutes, 18.1 points. She leads in that, 5.3 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.5 steals, 0.1 blocks, 2.4 turnovers, 48.3 field goal percentage, 36.5 3-point percentage, and 83% free throw percentage. She's a straight up gunner. Looks just like what you would expect from a shooting guard. Turnovers a little high, but doing a lot of work. Mia Woolfolk leads in rebounds, another big name for this team. 22.7 minutes, 13.4 points, 5.5 rebounds, zero point 0.8 assists, 1.2 steals, zero point 0.4 blocks, 1.7 turnovers, 59.7 field goal percentage, but doesn't make three-pointers, 74.4 free throw percentage. Riley Thurkoff, 29.3 minutes, 11.5 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, zero point 0.6 steals, 0.1 blocks, 1.6 turnovers, 41.9 field goal percentage, but 39.8 3-point percentage and 86% free throw percentage. Trinity Turner, who leads in assists and steals, 33.1 minutes, 11.1 points, 5 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 1.7 steals, 0.2 blocks, 2.9 turnovers. That's way too high for what she does a lot, but still 39.5 field goal percentage, 27.7 3-point percentage, and 75.4 free throw percentage. Defensively, this team, all honesty, Georgia Lady Bulldogs aren't that good defensively. They're okay, but not that good. They deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they really do deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. Uh, they've got some amazing stars who can score. They don't work as a team all that well, though. I mean, yeah, Trinity Turner and Danny Carnegie do, but the rest of this team doesn't. And they're not bad at steals. Blocks are pathetic. You've got your 2 key players, Danny Carnegie and Trinity Turner, turning over the ball way too much for what's going on. Thankfully, everybody else so on that. Their shooting percentage is their key for this game. It really is. Okay, the professionals are saying that UGA has a 54.9% chance to win this game. The Cavs have 45.1% chance to win this game. I'm going to flip it. I hate saying this about an SEC school. I just don't. I don't see it. I think that the numbers should be flipped. I think Virginia, even with the bad shooting that went on in the game that they just played uh, against Arizona State, they get the ball out to more people. Yeah, Kamora Johnson is key in this, but Georgia is going to know that. Tabitha Mons and Kamora Johnson being on the court, they're being defensive mainstays, and this team does defense. They can't allow Kamora Johnson to turn over the ball as much, but honestly, I'm going to go with the Cavs on this one. I really am. I think that the Cavs got their jitters out. I think Kamora Johnson is just that great of a player. Hey, don't get me wrong, Danny Carnegie, great player. Tabitha Mons doesn't score as much, but Georgia, they've got great players. Don't get me wrong. Danny Carnegie, Mia Woolfolk, Trinity Turner, even Aisha Nandor, their center, gets point 0.8 blocks, but that's just it. Only point 0.8 blocks. She leads in block and at point 0.8. Georgia's not got the defense. I think that's it's going to come down to. Virginia has a defense. Georgia doesn't. Well, they do, but not that well. You know what I'm talking about here. I'm going to go with the Cavs. You tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm going with the Cavs on this one. I think that Virginia has a strong shot to win this game. In all honesty, I think this is going to be an upset. I'm going to call it right here and right now. This is going to be an upset. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.